watch the show, but it was packed out. It was spectacular, and you were doing exactly what you said you were going to do. And now with Craig coming in to finish up 2025, I'm sure you're also looking to a spectacular 2026. But tell us a little bit about what we can expect next Wednesday.
Well, it's a great time. It's 7 o'clock, and if you know anything about State Street, the 400 block, the 500 block, the 600 block, literally what State Street has to offer people, there's a lot of restaurants. People go eat before the show. It ends at 9, so people can go eat after the show. So State Street is a great place. You know, we need to support all of Santa Barbara, and Craig Shoemaker is hilarious. He's doing a full show, so he's legitimate.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so he's going to be doing like a 90-minute show. This is a guy who could deliver, you know, hours and hours of comedy, and he has so much good material. He's clean. He's very clean, which is great. I love about him. He's a clean comic.
I love that. You know, Drew Wakefield loves that.
Yeah, no, he's a clean comic, and that matters. I would say at this point, all my comics are clean at this point. You know, they might talk about topics that some people don't like, but they do make it funny. And I've had people who don't like a topic come to a show, and they laugh about the topic afterwards, which is the point. Like, you gotta laugh.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean you don't make a difference. It doesn't mean you don't handle things, but you can laugh about anything.
Hey, Lewis, so let me break in. When you have 400 or 500 people at anything, no one's going to agree on everything. Come on out. And this is the reason to get out is, as you used to share with me, you want people to get out, be happy, laugh, enjoy themselves, and enjoy Santa Barbara. And when they leave, feel better. Because we know if you are laughing, that's better, that's healthier for you.
The data is out on that. Laughter is absolutely one of the best medicines. I always ask the one question to people. I ask them straight out, and I'm asking you, audience, are you happy? Are you happy? That's
right.
it. And
Absolutely.
people say, I'm happy. Okay, great. Come to a comedy show. Bring a friend to a comedy show. Are you happy? I'm not happy. Definitely come to a comedy show, and definitely bring friends to a comedy show. You gotta laugh. And at this point, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna declare the mission complete in that there's comedy shows in this town now all the time. There's a lot of people doing comedy shows. Big name entities are coming in doing comedy shows. They're pulling a lot of money out of this town, so I try to do my shows with fundraisers. So at least if you're gonna, if you're gonna pay for comedy, try to make a difference for somebody along the way.
You did one for Adam McCaig and Adam's Angels. You've done it for the Teddy Bear Cancer Foundation. You've done a lot of shows.
Yeah, Newhouse. I could go on the museum, the Maritime Museum.
Yes, Santa Barbara Maritime Museum. Hey, Lewis, let me ask you this, because you are a comic yourself with all the other businesses you have. What I am always so, I should say, surprised at is that the top comedy, top comedians, they always have very, very different material. They're not necessarily piggybacking off of somebody else or a theme. You know, when Adam Carolla was on the show and he said, Drew, you know, I draw a lot from sometimes just driving down the road or from commercials or from sporting events. You've had a lot of your other comedians that come in and they talk about their life, whether it be in New York or Philadelphia or New Jersey, or they might make fun a little bit of, kind of the, side of the way California runs their politics or whatever it might be. It might be about their daughter or son's youth soccer program, about the parents. I just love when comedians can find stories and build around it so we can sit there and be drawn in and laugh at their stories. I love the ones when they talk about their family. Oh my gosh, if you ever had me up on the stage one time talking about family, I've got a lot that I could share, but I think we're going to keep it under wraps.
Well, I could say this. My own through line is I do a lot about a black guy raising two white girls in Montecito. It's funny.
Yes,
And it's not a good idea for a black man to take two screaming white babies out of a park. It just never works. It just never works, and my own kids are not. But the point that I say is that a comic's good when they're complete with the topic. So when somebody has, I'm going to go right to like racist comic or gender comic or political comic. If you're complete with the topic, it's going to be funny. But if you're angry and hateful with it, it's never funny.
Oh,
that's the difference. That's a big difference.
Without mentioning names, we know a couple of those comics that are out there. I mean, they're as soon as they get on stage, it's hateful. You just feel like they're just picking on people, wanting to point. And it doesn't go over because people are they're not happy inside. It's like, oh,
It's not a comedy show at that point. It's something else. And power to it. That it's called rallies. Go do rallies or whatever. I don't know what it's called. But my point is that when a comic is complete, and I'll say Adam Carolla, he's complete with a lot of the things he says, like him or hate him, whatever. But people laugh at it because he's complete with it. Same thing with Craig Shoemaker. We had Erica Rhodes last week. She's phenomenal. It's complete opposite. This woman travels the country and she's complete with it. You have to be complete with what you're talking about. And that's why you need to come to comedy shows. You will see yourself in others. You will hopefully laugh at yourself and go, oh my God, I'm that jerk.
The one thing before we take our break, I love that the top comics that I love, that I listen to, the Netflix and the HBOs and those shows, they weave an entire story. So they start off, they're kind of, oh, this is kind of fun, oh, that's interesting. And then they weave something else in, and pretty soon it's Lake Wobegon, right? They have, they've brought a 90-minute show, maybe an hour, 90-minute show, and they bring it to fruition, like you were saying, complete, where at the very end, you've got this whole entire picture. It wasn't an artist that just used red, white, and blue, or black, or brown on a canvas. They wove all these colors in, and you're thinking, what's it like? And I liken it to this. When you look at a picture, a great artist, and he has everything, you say, I have no idea how this is coming together. And then they look at the audience and they say, oh, here. And they turn the canvas upside down, and it is a perfect, incredible picture. You say, my gosh, that is beautiful, the way they weave it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Those artists are amazing how they're able to literally, I'm going to say in a simple term, they paint the picture upside down.
Right.
It's upside down to us.
Right.
To them, it's not.
Right.
To them, it's not. And that's why I also recommend go to comedy shows. See, here in Santa Barbara, you now have literally professional comedies coming in. Hear the different points of view and find the funny. Because if the comic is complete with it, they will make something hilarious. You will find some humor in it. If they're not complete with it, then that's a different environment.
I've got a great question for you. Coming back, I have to write it down because right now Mark Giles is going to take our first break. You are listening to Wakefield 805, Wakefield805.com. We're up on Spotify. We're up on Apple Play, all social media. Get ready for the Laugh-a-thon on December 31st with A. Lewis Moro. Mark, it's all yours.